I'm going to chemist. You know she got plenty food for me to eat.
Mommy, will you make it again?
I learned this little salmon de-skinning technique from Too Cool Chef on Instagram. I am not a big fan of salmon skin, and neither are my sons, so I take it off. You can leave it on if you want to, but that's your business, like Auntie Tabitha say. But in my house, we de-skin salmon, so that's exactly what I'm doing. I remember trying to get Kroger to de-skin it for me, and the first time they did it, they butchered the hell out of the salmon. Second time they did really, really good, and the third time they completely just said, "Oh, we can't do that. We don't know how to do that." And that's when I had to figure it out. Thank God for Instagram. Thank God for TikTok, because that's why I found out Too Cool Chef does it like this. After I cut them up, I washed them down and I patted them dry. Cut with any sizes you want. This was about a 3-pound salmon. And I sliced up some fresh dill because dill goes with salmon. At least that's what I heard. Y'all know I'm not a chef. I just be in here and make stuff up as I go. Now, I know y'all always ask me why grapeseed oil. This is why right here. High heat cooking, deep frying, and baking. So the question is the air fryer a replacement of deep frying, or is it a replacement of bacon? Either way, I love my salmon in the air fryer. I decided to be a little extra this time and put all my seasonings within the oil, mix it all up, and then baste the salmon that way. This actually was a complete neater process than how I usually do it. And if you've seen any of my other previous salmon videos where I air fried salmon, I had seasoning all over the place. But with this way, it was so much easier to make sure that seasoning and grapeseed oil was on every part of the salmon. I let it sit in this marinade for about 10 minutes while I preheated my air fryer. Just like you preheat your oven, you need to preheat your air fryer. Then I put it in the air fryer on 390 for 13 minutes. And while those was cooking, I started on my rice. I ended up making some of my homemade butter again, so this is what I used as the base for this rice. I got about a half a cup of orzo pasta and I toasted that in my butter until it was nice and golden brown. Once it was golden brown and not burnt, I added in my washed rice. And for future reference, I always use long grain white rice. Once I dumped my seasonings in there, I mixed everything up and cooked it for about another 2 minutes. And y'all always know I use chicken broth as my liquid for my rice every time. Now, usually I will only put 4 cups because there's 2 cups of rice, but because I had the orzo pasta in there, I added an extra cup of water to make sure everything was cooked fully. I got a little fancy and extra, y'all. Maybe a little garlic, cream sauce to go on top of my salmon. It really wasn't much to it, but it had like a light, creamy texture to it, and it stayed creamy. It didn't get thick. It was perfect. I actually almost felt like a real chef when I made this sauce because it was so good. And like I always say, salt to your liking, because my salt liking and your salt liking is 2 different likings. I added some fresh basil to my rice and to my sauce. Fluff that rice, fluff that rice. Couldn't forget the basil on my herb butter rice. Once everything was done, I had this. Ladies, this that impressive man plate right here. If you make it, let me know. Tag me, hashtag, all that. If not, you be alright. Alright, bye.